What's for Lunch, Mom? Quick and Healthy Recipes by Maria do Socorro Lima. Dedication to my son, my husband, my mom, my treasures in life, to my mother-in-law, God rest her soul, who opened a new world of taste for me, to anyone who ponders the healthiest way of preparing their next meal. Table of Contents. Dedication. Table of Contents. About this book. Festive salad for all occasions. Couscous and black lentil salad. Tuna and quinoa salad stuffed pita. Tabbouleh, Lebanese salad. Greek salad on the board, butterboard version. Fettuccine with vegan Alfredo sauce. Eggplant tomato sauce. Authentic Italian pesto alla Genovese. Avocado pesto quinotto. Vegan mushroom stroganoff, meatless meatloaf, bulgur pilaf, focaccia bread, lentil bread, strawberry banana overnight oats, homemade granola, oats in whole wheat crepes. About me. About this book. I was in the supermarket recently buying ingredients for a quick salad. I got some chayote, basil, and tomato. I love chayote salad. At checkout, a girl of about 16 asked about what that funny looking fruit was and what flavor it had. I was puzzled at first, but then I tried to explain the better I could. I told her that chayote is a legume and that when cooked, they are like juicy pears without sweetness. The same episode happens to me all the time, and I enjoy explaining to young kids and adults the flavors of papayas, mangoes, and aloe vera, as well as their uses and benefits. These encounters got me thinking what we as adults are teaching our kids about the food choices we make, the plethora of opportunities for using nutritious ingredients, the importance of a balanced diet, and the rewarding feeling of creating great dishes from scratch in our own homes. This book is a collection of recipes I have tried with my teen kid and husband, my very fussy guinea pigs, and have passed the test. It is intended for parents and young people looking for alternatives to processed, industrialized food choices already on the market. It intends to help create a culture of going back to basics, cooking at home hearty, healthy, delicious food to share and be proud of. These recipes from around the world are some of my favorites. They have been adapted or modified to make them accessible, easy to prepare, and of great nutritional value. To reach this goal, we have used grains, vegetables, fruits, and legumes that will not only satisfy, but will also help to keep a healthy diet. Festive salad for all occasions. When it comes to salad, it really does not matter what season it is. Whether it is summer or winter, they will always be an important part of a healthy meal. A green salad can bring enormous health benefits, such as vitamin A, C, E, K, and a variety of nutrients that may come with the ingredients. Green salads usually contain no cholesterol and are naturally low in sodium and calories. I made this salad for Christmas night when I received some friends, and it was highly praised by everyone for its flavor and practicality. Because it has pomegranate and is a fruit that is usually used in Christmas recipes, I called it Christmas salad. However, it can be consumed at any time of year, with or without pomegranate. This salad can be prepared in advance and seasoned just before serving. Ingredients: 1 pack of green leaves mixed or baby leaf and spinach, 1 orange peeled and cut into cubes, 1/3 cup toasted walnuts or any nuts, 1/4 cup feta or blue cheese, 1/2 fresh pomegranate, 1 small beet cut into cubes. Dressing: 4 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 4 tablespoons of orange juice, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon orange or lemon peel zest, salt and pepper to taste. Directions: light the fire and add the walnuts to a pan to toast for a few minutes. Separate, In a small bowl, combine all dressing ingredients. Mix well and set aside. On a plate or platter for salad, place the green leaves. Add orange, cheese, pomegranate, beets, and walnuts. When ready, add the vinaigrette. Couscous and black lentil salad. My husband made this salad 5 years ago for New Year's Eve dinner, and it was a total success. In Brazil, lentils are usually consumed during this time of the year to attract prosperity. Other rituals for the Ano Novo include dressing in white or yellow clothes and eating grapes. Lentils are rich in protein, niacin, vitamin B6, and many other nutrients. This salad pairs them with spinach and tomatoes, providing a good package of fiber and vitamins in a single recipe. Healthy, delicious, and easy, this salad can be perfectly used as a main dish on any occasion. Ingredients: 1 cup black lentils, brown or green are fine too. 2.5 cups water. 1 cup dry couscous. 1 cup water for the couscous. 1/2 spoon of salt. 1 large clove minced and mashed to a plate. 1/4 extra virgin olive oil. 2 tablespoons vinegar. 1/2 teaspoon cumin. 1/3 cup fresh chopped mint leaves. 1 bunch spinach, washed, dry and chopped. 2 cup cherry tomatoes, halved. 3/4 cup feta cheese, crumbled. Directions: in a small saucepan, put the black lentil to cook with 2.5 cups of water until tender for about 15 minutes. Do not overcook until they fall apart. Meanwhile, in a small saucepan, bring 1 cup of water to a boil and add the couscous and salt. Remove the pan from the heat and let the couscous stand, covered, for about 7 minutes. Then fluff it with a fork. Stir in 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Transfer to a large bowl and let it cool completely. Back to the lentils. Once cooked, drain them well. Transfer the hot lentils to a bowl and stir in 1/2 tablespoon vinegar, cumin, salt, and a dash of pepper to taste. Let it cool completely. In a bowl, whisk together the mashed garlic, the remaining olive oil, the remaining 1.5 tablespoon vinegar with salt and pepper to taste. Mix the lentils and couscous with the dressing. Cover with plastic film and chill for at least 4 hours. Before serving, stir in the spinach, cherry tomatoes, and garnish them with feta cheese. Tuna and quinoa salad stuffed pita. The easiest meal you will make this week. If everybody is hungry and you are pressed for time, reach for the pita pockets. Fill them up with this delicious salad and go. This stress-free meal is ready in 20 minutes if you have your quinoa and chickpeas ready to go. This is our favorite tuna recipe. It is easy to make and very satisfying. When you pair quinoa and tuna, it takes it to another dimension. Yet, if you want to keep it completely vegetarian, skip the tuna and viola. Ingredients: yields 4 servings. 1 canned tuna in olive oil, 1 cup cooked quinoa, 1/2 cup cooked organic chickpeas, 1/3 cup cherry tomatoes, halved, can substitute with diced fresh tomatoes, 1/3 cucumbers, chopped, 1/3 cup celery, chopped, 1/3 cup fresh parsley, finely chopped, 1/4 cup raisins, optional, 1/4 cup pitted Kalamata olives, chopped, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon oregano, 1/4 teaspoon pepper. 4 mini pita bread loaves. Directions: drain the oil from the tuna. It preserves the tuna better, but we will replace it with fresh oil in our recipe. In the bowl, stir together all ingredients, mix well, and serve inside the pita bread halves. Tabbouleh, Lebanese salad. Tomatoes, chives, parsley, mint, and wheat come together to form the delicious salad of Lebanese origin. Super easy to make, extremely tasty, and served with meat, barbecue, or simply by yourself. It does the show. Some people do not know this, but this refreshing salad comes from Lebanon and is one of the most popular and known dishes in the world. The Lebanese even created the National Tabbouleh Day, celebrated on the first Saturday of July. In Lebanese culture, there can be no meeting or lunch without a plate of tabbouleh, traditionally served with lettuce or pita bread. It is an extremely versatile and super easy to make salad. For those who prefer a gluten-free version, you can use quinoa instead of wheat. Ingredients: yields 4 to 6 servings. 1/2 cup fine Bulgar wheat, 3 cups finely chopped parsley, 1/3 cup freshly finely chopped mint, 4 firm ripe finely diced tomatoes, 7 scallion sprigs finely chopped white and green parts, 1/2 cup fresh lime juice, 1/2 cup extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper to taste. Directions: start by washing the parsley and mint leaves thoroughly in cold water to remove any dirt or debris they may have. Remove excess water and drain well into a sieve and allow to dry on a piece of paper towel or a dry cloth. They must be dry before cutting them. Place the wheat in the bowl of 3 cups of filtered water and let it soak for at least 20 minutes. In a large bowl, add the tomatoes, chives, parsley, and mint. By this time, the wheat should already be soft. To test, just squeeze it between your fingers. Squeeze the wheat with both hands so that as much water as possible comes out. Some people use a sieve, but I prefer to use my hands so I can get all the excess water out more easily. Put the wheat in the bowl next to the vegetables and herbs. Add lemon juice, olive oil, and season with salt and white pepper to taste. Be careful, it must be moist but not soaked. Serve with flatbread, lettuce, or crispy chips. Greek salad on the board, butterboard version. Have you ever heard of the charcuterie boards? Everyone at some point in the party or reception has come across a beautiful charcuterie board with fruits, jams, salami, and assorted cheeses. Well, the butterboard is the new trend or version of the cold cuts board. It is about using hummus instead of butter, garnished with black olives, cherry tomatoes, red onion, feta cheese, and a little extra virgin olive oil. A version of the Greek salad on the board. Ingredients: 1 cup hummus, 1/4 cup halved cherry tomatoes, 1/4 cup black olives, I used Kalamata, 1/4 cup diced cucumber, 5 grams feta or cottage cheese, salt, pepper to taste, olive oil, parsley, and paprika to garnish. Directions: on a clean board, spread the hummus all over the board with the help of a spoon or spatula. Add the tomato, onion, olives, cucumber, cheese, and finally add the extra virgin olive oil, chopped parsley, sprinkle with a little paprika, salt, and pepper. Fettuccine with vegan Alfredo sauce. The vegan Alfredo sauce is a sauce based on cashew nuts, dairy-free and gluten-free, but with a delicious cheese flavor, although it has no cheese. It is a white sauce or bechamel that you will surely fall in love with, whether you are a vegan person or not. The cashew nut together with the milk in contact with the heat makes the sauce gain the necessary texture, giving this creamy aspect. without the need for butter or wheat flour, usually used in the original recipe of bechamel. The benefits of cashew nuts are numerous, being an oilseed rich in monounsaturated fats, known as good fats for the body. Cashew nuts are antioxidant, energetic, contain vitamins of the B, A, E, and zinc complex, as well as iron, magnesium, and phosphorus. Not to mention the amount of calories used in the sauce reduces by more than half compared to the original Alfredo sauce. Ingredients: 1 pack of fettuccine noodles, or another of your toys. 6 large mushrooms. 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil. 1 small onion cut into cubes. 4 peeled garlic cloves. 1/4 cup roasted and unsalted cashew nuts. 1 glass of almond or soy milk, or another of your choice. 1/2 tablespoon dehydrated rosemary. 1 tablespoon nutritional yeast. Salt and pepper to taste. Arugula to decorate. Directions: in the pan, cook the noodles following the instructions on the package. While cooking, add the cashew nuts, milk, and nutritional yeast to a high potency blender and beat until smooth, about 3 minutes. Separate. Clean the mushrooms well with a damp cloth. Cut into not so thin slices. In a non-stick pan and over high heat, seal the mushrooms approximately 2 minutes on each side. Do not put all the mushrooms at once, as this will cause them to add liquid to the pan. We just want to seal. When it is golden on both sides, place the mushrooms on a plate. Sprinkle some salt. Reserve. In the same pan you used for the mushrooms, now add the extra virgin olive oil and saute the onion and garlic until golden brown. Add the beaten milk and chestnut. Place the dehydrated rosemary and stir well. Lower the temperature of the fire. Drain the noodles. Separate a cup of the cooking water and add to the sauce gradually with the fire still on until you reach the desired texture. Add the mushrooms and the drained noodles. If the sauce is still too thick, add some more cooking water. Serve immediately and garnish with arugula. Eggplant tomato sauce. Eggplant, mushrooms, tomatoes, and basil come together in this delicious recipe to form a super practical, healthy, and vegetarian sauce that will leave you speechless. If you like eggplant and do not have many ideas on how to use it in the kitchen, this is a good option. This tomato sauce with eggplant and mushrooms will make you completely fall in love. Super delicious and super easy to prepare. It is ready in a few minutes and can be used in lasagna, pasta, ravioli, pizzas, finger foods, or simply with mashed potatoes and vegetables, and can be an excellent vegetarian option. Ingredients: 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 large onion diced, 3 minced garlic cloves, 1 large eggplant cubed, 2 cups, 2 cups diced mushrooms, 2 medium diced tomatoes, 800 grams tomato sauce, 1 teaspoon of dried rosemary, 1/4 cup fresh basil, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 cup of water, salt and pepper to taste. Directions: in a medium pan, place the olive oil, onion, and garlic, stirring constantly for approximately 2 minutes, or until the onion is translucent. Add diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, and water. Stir and boil for 2 minutes. Add the eggplant and mushrooms. Cover, simmer over low heat for approximately 20 minutes. Check the acidity, salt, and add fresh basil at the end. Let it cool and serve with your favorite pasta, or use it as a sauce for a veggie lasagna, ravioli, or even a pizza. Authentic Italian pesto alla Genovese. Pesto or pesto alla Genovese is a cold sauce made only with 7 ingredients, originating from Genoa, capital of Liguria, Italy. Traditionally, it consists of crushed garlic, pine nuts, coarse salt, basil leaves, and hard cheese, such as Parmigiano Reggiano, also known as Parmesan cheese or Pecorino cheese, all mixed with extra virgin olive oil. Traditionally, pesto Genovese's authentic recipe is made with a marble mortar and pestle. The use of these instruments prevents basil leaves from darkening. It is a long and tiring job, so in this recipe we will use a food processor with a few tricks. The steel blades of the food processor tend to oxidize basil. This will cause the pesto to be in a very dark green and slightly bitter hue. But if you follow my tips in 15 minutes, you will have an unbelievably delicious pesto sauce. Green and tasty, even with the food processor. The original recipe of the Genovese pesto is specific about the exact origin of the ingredients. We know that it's difficult to find all the ingredients of the Italian tradition in foreign countries, but if you want to make the authentic recipes of pesto Genovese, say to these ingredients as much as possible. Pesto comes in a variety of recipes, some traditional and some modern. Since the pesto substantive itself is a generic term for anything that is done beating outside Italy, sometimes almond, cashew nuts, hazelnuts, macadamia nuts, pecans, pistachios, walnuts, or even peanuts are used instead of pine nuts, and sometimes coriander, dill, cabbage, mint, parsley, arugula, spinach are mixed with basil leaves. Any combination of tasty leaves, oily walnuts, hard cheese, olive oil, garlic, salt, and lemon juice can produce a condiment like pesto. But we are doing pesto Genovese here, so do what you can, but do not add ingredients that have nothing to do with the authentic recipe. I have noticed this in many recipes, such as ricotta, cashew nuts, seed oil, green beans, or lemon juice. Ingredients: 50 grams basil leaves, 60 to 65 leaves, 1 half cup extra virgin olive oil, 70 grams half cup Parmesan cheese or Grana Padano, 30 grams of pecorino cheese, 2 peeled garlic cloves, 15 grams, 1 tablespoon of pine nuts, 1/4 teaspoon coarse salt. Directions: start by placing the cup and processor blades in the freezer to stay cold for at least 45 minutes before you start processing. Wash the basil leaves thoroughly and leave them to dry to eliminate all the water deposited in the leaves when washing. Remove the leaves from the stems and place them on a clean cloth. Separate. Peel the garlic, grate the cheese, have all ingredients handy. Remove the cup and blades from the freezer processor. Start by placing half the basil, add the garlic, salt, and pine nuts. Turn on pulse mode for a few seconds. Repeat 4 times. Add the rest of the basil, grated cheese, and pulse for another 5 seconds. Do not spend too much time grinding because the contact of the processor blades with the leaves make the basil darken and will leave the pesto with a bitter taste. Add the olive oil and pulse for another 7 seconds. Set in a glass container with airtight lid preferably and cover with more olive oil in use. Tips: store the rest of the pesto in the fridge for at least a week, remembering to always add a little olive oil every time you use it to eliminate the possibility of oxidation and fungus formation. To use with pasta and get a creamy sauce, separate some of the pasta cooking water into a glass and drain the pasta. Add the water with the desired amount of pesto sauce, 1 or 2 tablespoons, for every 100 grams, about 3.53 ounces, of cooked noodles and serve hot. Garnish with fresh basil leaves. Avocado pesto quinoto. When it comes to Peruvian food, immediately comes to mind ceviche, causa, rocoto relleno, and of course, I cannot fail to mention quinoa, a wonderful, nutritious, and extremely versatile grain of Peruvian cuisine that I admire so much. Compared to a traditional cereal, quinoa can add tremendous nutritional value because it contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it one of the richest and most complete protein plants. The seeds are also rich in fiber, essential oils, minerals, vitamin E, and antioxidants. Ingredients: yields 2 to 3 servings, 1 cup raw quinoa, 2.5 cup of water, 1 has avocado or one of your own, 2 small cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoon lemon juice, 25 grams spinach, plus or minus 1 cup, 4 large basil leaves, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon black pepper. Directions: put the quinoa in a sieve and under the tap, wash it well under the water comes out clear and clean. In a medium saucepan, place the quinoa with the 2.5 cups of water. No salt required. Turn on the medium heat. After boiling, lower heat and allow water to completely evaporate. Turn off the heat and set aside. In a blender, put the rest of the ingredients and mix to get a creamy paste. Around 5 minutes. If necessary, pour a little water to help grind easily. In a large bowl, place the quinoa. It does not have to be cold, and add the avocado paste with the help of a spatula. Adjust the salt and serve with the accompaniment you want. Vegan mushroom stroganoff. This vegan mushroom stroganoff recipe is quick and super easy to make. Getting ready in less than 20 minutes, it is delicious and you can accompany it with rice, pasta, or even a mashed potato. The mushroom stroganoff is a vegetarian version of the classic beef or chicken stroganoff. Instead of meat or chicken, I use mushrooms. You can use any type of mushroom that you have available. It will remain tasty, but with a few calories and healthy because mushrooms are rich in zinc, potassium, proteins, and vitamin D. Without a doubt, we can only win, right? Ingredients: yields 3 servings, 1 tablespoon of oil, use canola or olive oil, 1 large onion cut into cubes, 3 crushed garlic cloves, 500 grams mushrooms in strips, 180 milliliters of water or vegetable broth, 40 milliliters white wine, optional, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 1/2 tablespoon garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, optional, 180 milliliters of soy milk or almond or coconut milk, 2 teaspoons cornstarch, salt and pepper to taste, parsley to decorate. Directions: in a deep frying pan, add oil and onion. Let it brown for 3 minutes. Add the crushed garlic and let it brown until the onion is translucent. Add the mushrooms and fry for another 5 minutes. Add onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, salt, and pepper. Fry a little more and add white wine, vegetable broth, soy sauce. Add nutritional yeast at this point. Dissolve cornstarch in soy milk or corn or coconut milk and add to mushrooms. Simmer on low heat for approximately 10 minutes. Adjust the salt and pepper. Serve with white rice, pasta, or mashed potatoes. Garnish with chopped parsley. Meatless meatloaf. Rich in protein and fiber, easy to prepare. This meatless meatloaf is completely made without meat and can be enjoyed at meetings, Christmas, Thanksgiving Day, and other celebrations where we get together with friends and family. The original meatloaf is a mixture of ground meat with aromatic herbs, bread, egg, etc., which is baked in a cake mold. This explains the name meatloaf, usually topped with ketchup, a classic of American cuisine that I could not fail to publish my version of here. Some people use lentils instead of meat and it tastes just as good. This meatless meatloaf, as I decide to call it, is made with cooked rice. You can use brown rice, nuts, mushrooms, onions, ricotta, and grated cheese. Finish with tomato sauce or marinara sauce instead of ketchup. Just wonderful. For our vegan version, I suggest using flaxseed instead of egg, vegan cheese, and ricotta. Ingredients: yields 8 to 10 portions, 1.5 cup cooked rice, 1/4 cup walnuts, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 onion in cubes, 2 tablespoons minced fresh garlic, 3 or 4 garlic cloves, 500 grams portobello or white mushrooms, 1/2 cup of parsley, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon dried basil or rosemary, 4 whole eggs, 1/4 cup shredded carrots, optional, 1 cup ricotta cheese, 1 cup grated cheese, salt and pepper to taste. For the glaze, 500 grams of tomato sauce, 1 can, 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil, 1 cup ripe cherry tomatoes, halved, salt, pepper, oregano to taste. Directions: if you do not have the desired amount of cooked rice, prepare the rice first. Remember, for a cup and a half of rice, 250 milliliters cup, you will need one half cup of uncooked rice. Preheat oven to 375 degrees, 180 degrees Celsius. Place the walnuts on the tray and place them in a medium oven to toast a little. 5 minutes, or use a frying pan and place them over medium heat, stirring constantly until golden. Let them cool. Heat a large frying pan with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, diced onion and garlic. Cook for 3 minutes or until translucent. Add the mushrooms and dry seasonings, salt, black pepper, oregano, rosemary, etc. Cook another 7 minutes or until the mushrooms are golden brown. Transfer to a bowl. In a large bowl, combine rice and mushrooms. Add the toasted walnuts, grated cheese, ricotta, carrots, chopped parsley, and beaten eggs. Mix all ingredients well. Prepare a 9-inch loaf with a drop of oil or butter. Line the bottom with parchment paper. Place the mixture from the bowl into a pan. Place in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake for 1 hour. Let cool for about 15 minutes. Carefully remove the cake from the mold and cover with the tomato sauce or marinara sauce of your choice, and garnish with a little parsley or basil. Glaze: heat a small frying pan with a spoonful of olive oil, the tomato sauce, and the cherry tomatoes cut in half. Season with salt, oregano, and pepper. Add 1.5 teaspoon sugar if too acidic. Let it boil for 5 minutes and turn off the heat. Bulgur pilaf. Bulgur is a cereal from the cracked parboiled groats of several different wheat species, most often from the durum wheat, but also other wheat species. It originates from the Middle Eastern cuisine. Bulgur remains one of the easiest to cook and most versatile of the whole grains. In Turkish cuisine, bulgur is used in everything from the main courses and side dishes to desserts. It is also made into salads like tabbouleh or pilafs. Alongside vegetables, herbs, and some other grains and legumes, bulgur pilaf with vegetables is the perfect side dish to go with grilled meats and chicken, or about any time you might eat rice. Bulgur wheat provides various nutrients and is especially a good source of manganese, magnesium, iron, and fiber. Because bulgur is a fiber-rich whole grain, It may have a positive impact on heart health, weight loss, blood sugar control, and digestive health. If you're not familiar with Bulgur, do not worry. It is easy to use. It may perfectly substitute rice, adding nutritional value. It is easy to prepare and it is available in fine, medium, or coarse varieties and takes 3 to 20 minutes to cook, depending on the type. The coarser the grain, the longer the cooking time. You can find Bulgur in most supermarkets in the rice, ethnic foods, or organic food sections, as well as online and at any Middle Eastern or Greek groceries. This dish is easy to make and tastes delicious. The best part is that you can make it ahead of time as it stores well in the refrigerator. To toast top chopped walnuts, cook in a small dry skillet over medium-low heat, stirring constantly until fragrant and lightly brown, 2 to 4 minutes. Ingredients: 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, 2 medium cloves of garlic, chopped, 1 big onion, chopped, 1 or 2 cups, 1.5 cups Bulgur wheat organic, coarse or medium, 1/2 teaspoon ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon ground turmeric, 2 cups vegetable broth or reduced sodium chicken broth, 1 cup carrot chopped, 2 teaspoons grated or finely chopped fresh ginger, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/4 finely chopped fresh mint, 1/4 cup finely chopped fresh parsley, 2 tablespoons lemon juice to taste or more if you desire, 1/2 cup toasted walnuts or pine nuts. Directions: in a deep skillet or broad shallow saucepan over medium-high heat, put the oil and onions and let them cook, stirring often until they get golden brown, 10 to 12 minutes. Add garlic, stirring for some more minutes. Add herbs, ground cumin, turmeric, and let them activate the flavor for about 1 minute. Add Bulgur, stirring very well 1 more minute. Add carrots, ginger, salt, and broth, stirring, cover and let cook for over medium-low heat until all broth is absorbed and the carrots are tender, about 15 minutes. Please do not stir the pilaf. Remove from the heat and let stand, covered for 7 more minutes. After that, stir in mint, parsley, and lemon juice. Serve topped with toasted walnuts. Focaccia bread. Focaccia is the direct ancestor of pizza. This savory bread is the descendant of the hard cakes eaten across Europe during the early Middle Ages. Focaccia is perfectly crispy on the outside, soft and deliciously flavorful on the inside. An easy and perfect recipe for beginners in the bread universe. Nowadays, each region in Italy proudly preserves its traditional recipe, which can be sweet, salty with sausages, with aromatic herbs and tomatoes with onions, hams, etc. But the most important thing is that whatever the variation, the main ingredient, the one that can never be missed, is extra virgin olive oil, the liquid gold of all the Italians. Ingredients: 1 bread, 7 grams dry yeast, around 3 milliliters of filtered water, half tablespoon of sugar, 470 grams of flour, 1/2 tablespoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 small onion cut into thin slices, 1/2 teaspoon of dried rosemary, sprigs of rosemary to decorate. Directions: in a small bowl, mix the yeast, sugar, and 2/3 of the warm water. Let it rest for 10 minutes until foamy. In the electric mixer or food processor, add the wheat flour and salt. Stir a little and add the yeast mixture and the rest of the cold water. Turn the mixture on medium speed again. Let it form a soft and elastic dough. Dust some wheat flavor on the countertop and transfer the dough, kneading gently for 3 minutes. Grease a large deep bowl with a little extra virgin olive oil. Place the dough in it. Grease it with more oil. Cover and let rise for 1 hour. In a bowl, add the sliced onion, rosemary, and black pepper. Mix well and set aside. After the dough has rested and doubled in size with the rest of the extra virgin olive oil in a large baking dish, 10 inch by 10 inch, pour the dough into it and spread it out with your fingertips until it covers the entire bottom. Add the sliced onion on the top and coat with a little more extra virgin olive oil, if desired. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Cover the dough with a dish towel and let it rise for 20 to 30 minutes while the oven heats up. After that time, put it in the oven to bake for 30 minutes. Remove from the oven, wait to cool, unmold, and serve as you wish. Other seasoning options: cherry tomato, cheese, ham, and olives. Try making a variation on the focaccia topping with rosemary or roasted garlic and tomato. Lentil bread. Have you tried lentil bread before? Lentil bread is an option for those who are passionate about bread and would like a gluten-free and low-calorie version. Lentils are very versatile and can be used in a variety of recipes. In addition, it is a very nutritious legume. Contains protein, iron, magnesium, potassium, vitamins, zinc, fiber, and a few calories. 100 grams of cooked lentils have 93 calories. Ingredients: 2 cups raw lentils, I used green lentils, 4 large eggs, 50 milliliters extra virgin olive oil, 1 cup unflavored yogurt, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon salt, dried seeds for garnish, I used flaxseed and sunflower seed. Directions: rinse the lentils thoroughly with the help of a sieve. In a large bowl, soak the lentils with enough water to cover them all and let it soak for at least 4 hours. If you want to speed up the process, use boiling water and let it soak for a minimum of 2 hours. Preheat oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 380 degrees Fahrenheit. Drain the lentils well and blend with the eggs, oil, and yogurt in the blender until pureed. Add the baking soda, salt, and baking powder if you prefer. Use only 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Place in a loaf pan and bake in a preheated oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. Do a toothpick test. Wait for it to cool and serve to your liking. Strawberry banana overnight oats. Overnight oats are a no-cook method of making oatmeal. Unlike porridge, which is cooked with water or milk, it is served hot or warm, as our parents used to do in the past. In fact, leave it to soak in liquid, which can be yogurt, milk, or both, as I show you in this recipe, and let it rest in the fridge for the next day, or at least 2 hours. Enough time to soften the grain and leave it with the same cooked texture. This recipe is made with rolled oats, oat grains that have been whole, steamed, rolled, and lightly toasted. This process preserves the grain's nutrients, facilitates cooking, and creates a large surface flake capable of absorbing a lot of liquid. In this recipe, the oats are soaked for at least 2 hours, which improves the digestibility of this cereal. Soaking helps to break down starches. Ingredients: 1/2 cup raw oats, 1 cup almond or soy milk, I made it with almonds, 2 tablespoons plain yogurt, I made it with Greek yogurt, 1/2 cup fresh or frozen strawberries, 3 or 4 strawberries, 2 teaspoons ground chia or flaxseed, I made it with flaxseed, 1 teaspoon vanilla, optional, 2 teaspoons of walnuts toasted and chopped or another one of your choice, optional. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup or strawberry jam, optional. On the directions. On a plate, mash the banana and strawberry. Transfer the contents to a medium-sized bowl. Place the previously mashed banana and strawberries. Add the yogurt, milk, ground flaxseed or chia seeds. Mixed well, cover and place in the fridge for at least 2 hours. After this period, remove and serve decorated with strawberries, walnuts or chestnuts and maple syrup, strawberry jam or honey. Homemade granola. This homemade granola is perfect for snacks, to eat with your favorite yogurt, raisins or hot cereal. An easy recipe to prepare, healthy, delicious, and will still leave your kitchen with a wonderful smell. Making your own granola has several advantages. Not only is it cheaper than the ready-to-eat boxed product, but mainly because you can choose the quality of the ingredients and the amount of sugar you want to consume, unlike the ones you buy in supermarkets that come with a huge amount of sugar and additives. Make your own granola with what you have at home, as long as you keep the same proportions. You can substitute nuts for chestnuts or peanuts. Use whatever dried fruit you have available from your pantry. Combine with cinnamon or any other spices. Use your imagination. Just do not forget to put the dried fruits at the end, when you take them out of the oven, otherwise they will dry out excessively. Ingredients. Makes 4 cups. 2 cups old-fashioned oats, 1/2 cup almonds, 1/2 cup toasted pumpkin seed, 3 tablespoons of honey or brown sugar, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, 1/2 cup dried fruit of your choice. I used raisins and peaches. Directions. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large bowl, mix the first 6 ingredients well. Make sure that they are all well covered with honey and coconut oil. Line the baking sheet with parchment paper and pour this mixture on the baking sheet. Bake in a preheated oven for 20 to 25 minutes, stirring every 10 minutes. Remove from the oven, add the dried fruits, and stir again and let cool out of the oven. Store in an airtight container for up to 3 weeks. Oats and whole wheat crepes. These are great for breakfast or dessert. Also, this is by far my husband's favorite breakfast. To make it richer and nutritious, I use oats, but I blend them first so my teenage boy can eat them without complaining. Believe me, he loves it. I also make this when his friends come to my house. They always ask for my crepes. You may need to double the recipe. You may serve them with strawberries, blueberries, bananas, apple, chocolate syrup, honey, or fruit jam. The possibilities are endless. Ingredients. Yield 6 in a 10-inch fry pan. 3 eggs whites separated, 2 egg yolks separated, 1/2 cup oats milled, 1/2 cup whole wheat flour, 1 3/4 cup almond milk, 1 tablespoon sugar or brown sugar, 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract, 1 pinch salt, 1 tablespoon butter plus extra for cooking. Directions. Melt the butter in the microwave. Place all the ingredients in a blender and process on medium to high speed until it is very smooth. In a non-stick frying pan, put a little bit of cooking spray or use a small pat of butter over medium heat. Angle pan and ladle approximately 1/3 or less cup of batter into one side and immediately lift and tilt so that the batter spread to cover the bottom of the pan in one thin layer. After 1 minute or once it's browned on the bottom, use your spatula to carefully flip it over without tearing the crepe. Let it cook for 1 more minute. Transfer to a plate and cover with a lid. Repeat with the remaining batter. Notes: the cooled crepes can be stored in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 1 week, or the freezer for up to 3 months. If you want, you can replace the milk with an equal amount of water. About me: my maternal grandmother, a child of slaves, was born under the free womb law in Brazil. She cooked in a plantation, keeping the culture of her African ascendants among white landowners. She learned how to use plants in ancestral practice to treat all kinds of ailments. She introduced me to ginger, cinnamon, and a countless herbs she cultivated in her little plot behind the house, to make teas for relief of stuffy chests, to cure wounds or upset stomachs. She tended her plants early in the morning, always humming happy tunes we could not comprehend. We used to say that of my mother-in-law, she could throw 3 rocks in a pot and make a delicious soup. A great cook of Peruvian roots, she opened my eyes to a new world of ingredients, flavors, and traditions that informed my foray into cooking. From the moment she introduced me to quinoa, flaxseed, rocoto, and yellow peppers more than 20 years ago, I developed a new perspective on what food should taste like, how it should look, how it should make you feel. My mom was not inclined for the culinary arts, taking it as another chore in her busy list of tasks around the house with 6 kids. She always said she was conformed to have learned only the basic Brazilian dishes of rice, beans, and beef, and they have gotten her where she was. Not me. Since my early years, I would not miss the TV segments showing new recipes. I had a collection of newspaper and magazine clippings in a drawer that I tested whenever I had the opportunity. As a mother myself, I've tried to show my son from an early age to make conscious food choices. Now a teen that is starting to create his own food habits, I am trying to show him a healthy options to go through this phase with enough information to develop his taste, make good decisions, and tame the lure of processed foods readily available on the market. I am not a trained chef or nutritionist, but I have learned all I know by researching and trying recipes, ingredients, and techniques from all sources I had my hands on. In a connected world that we live in, it is sometimes difficult to sort through all entries on the same subject. My contribution is not just compiling a few recipes, but trying to present the healthiest possible version of them without compromising their taste and cultural significance. I hope you enjoy the recipes in these pages and write your comments on them at my blog at www.myhealthyfoodcravings.com. You will find even more recipes there, including soups and desserts, always with the same goal of freshness and healthy options in mind. Back cover. This is a collection of my go-to recipes for quick and easy preparation. The selection of grains, vegetables, fruits, and legumes make these recipes not only a delicious, but also support a healthy diet. For more recipes, visit my blog at www.myhealthyfoodcravings.com. The end.